Never save money. Those were the first surprising words my grandfather ever told me about wealth. At first, I couldn't believe what I had heard. Everywhere people say the same thing: save money, spend less, prepare for the future. But my grandfather smiled and said something different. Saving money is important, but if that's all you do, you'll stay in the same place. Learn how to make money grow. Then he shared a story that changed the way I think about money forever. Many years ago, in a small village, there lived an elderly man. People often called him a dreamer. Every day, he sat beneath a large tree, staring into the distance. He had many plans. "One day I'll own a successful shop," he would say. "One day I'll buy livestock. One day I'll become wealthy." The problem was that his dreams never turned into action. Days became months. Months became years. While others worked, learned, and built their futures, he continued talking about what he would do someday. At first, the villagers laughed at him. Later, they simply felt sorry for him. His wife worked tirelessly to keep the family together. She cooked meals, cleaned the house, and stretched every coin as far as possible. One evening, she sat beside him and spoke softly. "Dreams are wonderful," she said, "but dreams alone cannot feed a family. We need income. We need action." The old man nodded. "Someday," he replied. "I'll figure it out." But someday never seemed to arrive. Life became more difficult with each passing year. Food became scarce. Money disappeared. Opportunities passed by. Then one night, something happened that shook him deeply. His young grandson approached him and asked a simple question. "Grandpa, do we have anything to eat?" The boy's voice was quiet. His clothes were worn. His stomach was empty. The grandmother opened the kitchen cabinet and looked inside. Nothing. No bread. No rice. No food. The old man felt a sharp pain in his heart. For the first time, he truly understood the cost of waiting. Dreams without action create nothing. That night he barely slept. His mind raced with thoughts. The next morning, he made a decision. Instead of sitting beneath the tree, he went looking for work. He found a job as a farm laborer. The work was exhausting. The sun burned his skin. The tools were heavy. His back ached. His hands became rough and calloused. Every evening he returned home completely exhausted. His earnings were small, but at least they were something. His grandson would eagerly ask, "Grandpa, how much did you earn today?" The old man would smile and show him a few coins. "It isn't much," he would say, "but it's honest work." Weeks turned into months. Slowly, money began coming into the household. Yet another problem appeared. Every time he earned money, it immediately disappeared. Food needed to be purchased. Medicine was required. Bills had to be paid. No matter how hard he worked, there never seemed to be enough. One day, while standing in a village store, he overheard a conversation. A man said confidently, "The secret to financial security is saving money." Those words stayed in his mind. That evening, he found an empty glass jar and placed it under his bed. Every week, he dropped a few coins inside. Clink, 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 the sound filled him with hope. His grandson eventually discovered the jar. "What is that?" the boy asked. The old man smiled proudly. "That's our future." Determined to save, he sacrificed many comforts. He continued wearing worn-out shoes. He avoided buying new clothes. The family ate smaller meals. Every extra coin went into the jar. Month after month, the savings slowly grew. Finally, one day, the jar was full. The old man felt proud. For the first time, he believed he was financially secure. But then reality taught him another lesson. He took the money to the market, hoping to buy several sacks of corn. The shopkeeper counted the coins and shook his head. "I'm sorry," he said. "Prices have increased. This amount will only buy half of what it used to." The old man's heart sank. He had spent months saving. Yet inflation had quietly reduced the value of his money. That evening, He sat outside his home, feeling discouraged. As he watched his neighbors pass by, he noticed something interesting. One family sold milk, another sold vegetables, a third sold eggs. They weren't rich, but they seemed calm. They weren't constantly worried about money. Suddenly, a small idea entered his mind. And sometimes, a small idea can change an entire life. He looked at his grandson and asked, "What if we bought a few chickens?" This time, he didn't wait for someday. He acted immediately. Using the money he had saved, he purchased several chickens. His grandson laughed excitedly. "We have our own egg business now." At first, the chickens produced only a few eggs. The family kept some for food and sold the rest. With the profits, they bought more chickens. Then more. And then even more. Slowly, their small investment began generating income. The old man carefully recorded every sale in a notebook, every egg sold, every coin earned, every improvement. Over time, neighbors started coming directly to his house to buy eggs. Income increased. Food became plentiful. The family felt hopeful again. For the first time in many years, the old man felt proud of himself. One day, while holding a fresh egg in his hand, he shared an important lesson with his grandson. "This egg is worth more than a pile of saved money." The boy looked confused. The old man explained, "Money sitting still can lose value, but money invested in something productive can create more money." The grandson smiled. "So that's the secret?" The old man nodded. "Yes, saving money protects you, but investing money helps you grow." Years later, the family was living a much better life. Not because they earned huge amounts of money, not because they won a lottery, but because they learned one simple principle. Don't let your money sit idle. Give it a purpose. Let it work for you. The old man spent the rest of his life sharing this lesson with anyone willing to listen. He would say, "Saving money is important, but it's only the first step. The real magic happens when you use money to create value, build opportunities, and generate growth." And that is the lesson I want to leave with you today. Don't just save money. Learn, invest, build, start small if you must. A tiny seed can grow into a mighty tree, and a small investment today could completely change your future tomorrow. If you enjoyed this motivational story about money, investing, and financial growth, remember to support the channel and share it with someone who needs this message.